Guys, I have bad news. So one of the upcoming Polynesian figures has been a very excited release that I am anticipating greatly. She's known on the Discord as the Thick Cop. We are desperately awaiting her, and I just got an email the other day saying that they pushed her back into March. This means my February order from AmiAmi is going to be completely bare bones, and we're not going to have a new figure until next month. Ugh! But whatever. That's fine, she'll come soon enough. And even better, if you're into the Polynesian line, make sure you get your reservations in now for this little devil right here, because she is one hell of a number. But with that said, welcome to Weeaboo Wednesday. Weeaboo Wednesday is, of course, just your premier source of filtered through anime and Japan news that I steal from other websites and bring to you in audible and somewhat visual form. This week's is going to be a little faster because I have been so busy that these aren't as easy to just film and edit and all that. I'm not going to do 15 stories. I'm just going to do some pretty impactful ones. And the first story is actually very impactful to me. Give me a second, I'll show you. So, like many other weeaboos, I'm pretty into reading manga as well. That being said, one of my favorite mangaka, Kohske, has recently been diagnosed with a serious illness. Kohske is most well known for the series Gangsta. This is a super awesome series. If you're not familiar, I definitely recommend it. Gangsta's is awesome, super gritty crime combat manga with just great characters and a lot of awesome writing. Systemic lupus erythematosus is what Kohske's been diagnosed with. If you're not familiar, that's an autoimmune disease in which your immune system actually starts to attack your own body. It's incredibly serious, and I really can't say anything positive here other than the fact that Kohske is deciding to continue working on Gangsta while she fights through everything. Now, I don't know a ton about her condition, but all I can really say is that I absolutely pray for Kohske. I love her work. She's incredibly awesome. The fact that she works under a pen name and chooses to be somewhat anonymous while still being this great character on Twitter and everything, she's great. She's made an amazing manga, and it's something that I got really into, and unfortunately throughout its release, Kohske's gotten sick and had to have taken hiatuses multiple times because she was dealing with this as it was developing. So now we're at the point where Kohske is deciding to continue with the work, but it's going to be hard for her. So all we can really do is offer her our prayers and positive vibes and as much goodness as we can possibly push her way. I'd really appreciate it, and I'm sure she would as well. Plenty of people have already reached out to her on Twitter, told her how much they admire her work and everything like that. And, it's crazy to think that she's having to deal with this as she's still a struggling mangaka. It's not easy. So, yeah, Kohske, please, if it's even possible, get well. Take as much time as you need to work on Gangsta. I would say that I can only hope that she'll finish Gangsta, but that's selfish. I want Kohske to be okay first. And then, of course, if it follows, then I'd love to see more of Gangsta. Thank you so much for the work you've already made. Moving on from that, the band Millie is actually going to be doing the outro theme for the new Ghost in the Shell series. I've been following Millie since 2017 when they released their mini album called Hue. It's pretty catchy music. I really do like the style. It's very different from some of the other stuff I listen to, and thus I've followed them along the way. And of course, as a huge Ghost in the Shell fan, this kind of just popped up on my radar, and I was like, wow, that's pretty interesting. The song is pretty darn good. I can't really sit here and play it for you because obviously enough, that would get me in trouble, and I already have a copyright strike. Thank you for that, Sony, for me just talking about your crappy Fate Stay Night cooking game. But of course, this is going to be the upcoming end song for the Ghost in the Shell 2045 standalone complex series, and the song is called Sustain. I definitely recommend checking it out. It's definitely an interesting sound for them. It's different from some of their other work, so I'm pretty happy to hear this. Sing Yesterday for Me is something that I've followed just a little bit here and there through Weeaboo Wednesday and talked about it as it was announced that they were remaking this. they finally released an animated trailer, and it looks really nice. All the voice acting is very crisp and clean and calm, and just, it seems like it's going to be a really sweet, fun little series, and I can't wait to see it. They actually announced the full cast, which includes Kana Hanazawa as one of the characters, and of course we love her, as well as the rock band Uranus doing the theme for the show. So yeah, we've got a lot of information, and the trailer is really cute. The Sonic the Hedgehog movie, of which I had all the doubts in the world about, actually had one of the most successful video game movie openings ever in the United States. It made a rough $57 million on its opening 4-day weekend, which is pretty good considering it's a video game movie, but still, it is doing well. A lot of people that I know who have seen it have said it's actually really good, and I just don't really get it, but I guess I'm going to go see it this weekend and find out for myself. That being said, it is a problem that their opening box office did not match their $87 million budget, so that's going to make things a little bit shaky, but still, I think over time it will definitely make that and much more as it continues onward. Gotta go fast. Seven Deadly Sins is an anime and manga series, of course, that has been out for quite some time. I never really got into it, but I remember when it first premiered on Netflix, everybody lost their minds. I did not stop hearing about this for the longest time. I know people that have cosplayed it, and the series has been going strong for quite a while. It was recently announced that the final volume will be coming up shortly. The 41st volume will mark the end of the very series itself. Now, it has been said by the mangaka that someday they will be releasing spin-off manga, I guess sort of additional stories about the remaining characters that are there, meaning that whoever didn't die is going to get maybe potentially their own side stories later. So that's cool, but get ready for that because the manga will be ending in May with the 41st volume. That's a lot of manga. Kadokawa is a very big company. If you haven't heard of them, they're a distributor of many different anime, games, manga, merchandise, figures. There's a lot of stuff Kadokawa releases, and thus they're a huge name above weeaboos, and we all know it. It would seem that they are going to introduce their sales to an international market. They're going to open up a site that is available to an additional 80 countries, basically saying that anybody can pretty much buy stuff from them now. Now, I think that would be because they have seen a 170% increase of foreign business on their very Japanese site on its own. So I'm sure that that's inspired them to say, you know what? We could take money from all these nerds all around the world, which is great. I would really love to see more companies doing that because I'm sure that if you're an anime fan like myself or a Japan geek in general, sometimes buying stuff online can be pretty tough because most Japanese retailers won't ship to the United States. It is getting better, and it's 10 times better than it ever was before, but stuff like this, with a company like Kadokawa, that's a pretty big deal, and I'm hoping that it will only get better with time. Pokemon Center Mega Tokyo in Ikebukuro has been open since 2014. This is a huge Pokemon center that you can go to in Japan. It's super crazy and huge and awesome, but it would seem that they're going to be closing it. In March, they will shut their doors for what they are calling a renewal. When they open back up March 6th, they will have a Pokemon Go Lab, whatever that is, a Pikachu Sweets Cafe, and a Pokemon Card Station. There's going to be a kids' play place, there's going to be a specialty store for, I guess, like special merch, and there's even going to be like a fountain square, which is adorable. They're opening this thing in a huge way with something called a Touch the Pokemon campaign. People will be greeted by Pokemon and given free stickers, and an exclusive merch line will be released for this reopening. So that's pretty awesome. I'm assuming there's going to be people in Pokemon mascot costumes, which are adorable, and if you can touch them, I need to go back to Japan now. And finally, Interspecies Reviewers has been canceled for its airing on Sun TV. This adds just another to the list. So we have Funimation, Anime Lab, Wakanim, Amazon Prime Video, Tokyo MX, and now Sun TV. That's 6 different platforms that Interspecies Reviewers has been banned from. And listen, I already said it before, this is only going to create more buzz for the series, and people are gonna wanna see it regardless because it's fan service and come on, weeaboos are perverts. And that's everything. I'm going to keep this one short. Like I said, these things are a nightmare to record and set up and edit. And then of course, the more stories, the more likelihood I am to get in trouble because some company decides they want to be sensitive about their crappy cooking game based on an anime series, and they want to try to hit me with a copyright strike rather than just claiming whatever funds I could make on the video, even though I don't monetize anything. And even if I did, they would just get the money anyway, but whatever. I'm not mad. Nobody's gonna buy that game anyway. Anyway, like I was saying, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. If you did like this video, make sure to like the video. I know that I lied. My next Japan video is coming very soon. It is done. I just have to add some extra pizzazz to it because I think it's too boring the way that it is. Comment and let me know what the most interesting story was to you. I'm gonna link something right here. If you wanna watch that, it'll really make me happy and it'll also help the channel even if you just click it, even if you've seen it. So just do that, interact with the content and it will make my channel grow. And I finally got my stickers. So yeah, if you guys want a Kingu sticker, why don't you let me know and we'll figure it out. That's a pretty big sticker right there. Make sure to join the Discord as well if you want to discuss that further. And I will see you guys in a figure review this Friday. Until then, go buy all of Gangsta and read it because it is a spectacular series. Love ya, bye.